Hello, my name is Jack Blade and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. We are not playing Satisfactory today. We are going through what's dropped now. Satisfactory Mod Manager for 1.0 has been launched. That means that we can now mod the game. So, for all the new players out there, and players who are just getting into modding, let's take a look at it. We're starting talking about how to actually get the mod manager and how to mod your game. So, leave a like, leave a subscription if you like it, and comment and all that kind of stuff, and let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to first look at this page. I have to do this, I wiggle it a little bit so you can see that I'm actually moving, like I'm here, even though you can't see my mouse. So in the top right corner, there is a button that for me says Open Mod Manager. It's because it's already installed on my computer. But otherwise it's going to say download mod manager. That's going to download an exe file. You open that file, it's going to install the mod manager just like you would install any other program. Now, what's important is how you actually use the mod manager. I'm going to leave this link so you can just go to my description and you can click link there and get straight to the Ficsit.app. But we're jumping over to the mod manager so I can show exactly how that works. We are in with the mod manager. Like, this is the assumption you have downloaded it, you have installed it, and you've ran into no issues. If there are issues, go to their Discord, like here, like somewhere where you can actually communicate with them and get some help. Because that's not something, I've never had an issue with it. Can't find how you would have an issue with it. But if you do, head on over to the modding Discord and ask. So now, with this said, let's first look at what we got here. Boom, profiles. I have a few ones, like this one. I don't understand why I have anymore. I can rename it, but I also can do this. Just delete. Now that's gone. I don't have to care about it. I can also make new ones. I can rename them. If I have a profile set up, you can import them. I don't necessarily think old ones are able to import it, from the pre 1.0 release can be imported. There was some pop-up when it updated for me. So let's check out what you can do here. So when you set up a profile, that's the first thing you should do. Make a profile for the specific mods you want to use with this. And it's not so much about oh, do I want to use mods or do I not want to use mods? I can do I need to uninstall the mods? You don't. All you do is you click mods off, and now no mods are going to be used. Something to keep in mind though is that when you are using the Satisfactory Mod Manager, like mods and stuff, to avoid any problems, make sure that you have it set to where you actually have the game installed. If you have Epic, you're gonna have the Epic stuff here. I have Steam, so it's gonna be Steam here. And then you can click Play Satisfactory, you launch it from here. So this is super important when you're playing with the mods. Start from here. You could launch the usual way, but I have found it that it tends to be a little bit less stable for me. It crashes a little bit more for me when that happens. Crashes and stuff are going to happen when you mod. Now, what we're looking for is, let's find some mods to use. So up here in the top right corner, you have all mods as the filter, and I am it says last updated in the order. So what I can do here is I can go to compatible. So now it's only going to show mods that are compatible with 1.0. And then I can go, okay, I don't really know which ones to use. I don't know which ones are the best. So what you can do is you can check popularity. Some of these are you don't actually download and install them. They download and install themselves because they're compatibility mods. They are not the actual mods, so they will install themselves automatically if there are compatibility stuff. But structural solutions is like super popular. Faster manual crafting, compact machines that adds like very, very powerful machines, fluid extras like different pipes and stuff like that. So like you have a bunch of different here. Now, we will look at how to actually install mods and then start the game and look what it looks like. See what it looks like. So I'm gonna go to my favorite mods, and I've saved up a few here. Then for CC mods, as content creator mods, it's the one that I'm using when I am recording videos and all that kind of stuff. So I want to have Sky UI. That is like a pretty important mod for me because it means I can control whether or not it's night or day or stuff like that. And then I want No New Label by Andre Aquila, who has Aquila Industries mods. They are incredible. If you click on a mod, you will get this. Let me just max this out here. And you will get like the mod page describing what it is and like that kind of stuff. And in this case, Andre Aquila Industrial mods there are so many. They are this one is like just I don't want to have to hover over every new thing I unlock to remove the new. I know about all this stuff, so I'm not going to have that. I don't want it. And then I have a different mod that I also want to use, and I want to try that one out. So, and not necessarily today, but I want to try out time-lapse cameras because that means I can have a observer mode, kind of like camera recording while I am building and stuff. I can make time lapses for you guys, and that means I have 3 mods installed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna apply. This is a setting thing, so I have like bottom left corner. You can see it says apply 3 changes. That is because I have told it to wait for me to apply changes, so it doesn't like start loading and installing and downloading and doing stuff while I'm still selecting which mods I want to use. Then let's see here. Now if I go to the filter installed, I can see these 3 mods are installed. They are all good. I can see there are no mod updates right now. I can click here, like on the left side, you can see on updates. I keep expecting you guys to see the cursor, but you don't. No mod SNM updates right now. And then I can check for updates. I can click this. Okay, there are no updates. And that means that everything is good to go. So what I can do now is I can play the game. So I'm gonna click play Satisfactory and we will see each other in the game. All right, so now we are in the game. Everything is running. Now some mods, if we click here on mods on the left side, we can see which mods we have. And some of them, like this, has what's it called? It has, my brain is freezing up here. It has like settings you can change. And then you have the mod loader itself, that's a compatibility mod. Then you have Satisfactory like in and of itself, and then no new label. And it fixes the load order and everything by itself, nothing you have to take care of. Satisfactory Mod Manager handles all of that kind of stuff. And then now that I have that, let's get into the game. And when we get in, I will show you specifically how the Sky UI works, or how it is like configured to work in the game. Boom. Okay, so I am standing up here on what is essentially like just a big teaser. You can see some stuff here. Ooh, spicy. Now, if I click, because that's the key bind for this, I click Control L, I get this. Now I've enabled save all settings, so it's like saved to the save itself. And that means that like the settings that I've set here, they're not gonna change just because I restart the game. If you don't have this, it's gonna restart to the game default, which is time moving and like all that kind of stuff. And I can, because I am God, switch which time of day it is. Ooh. Yay! Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now, when I record for you guys, I tend to want to keep it around like here, because that is like a good light level and like all that kind of stuff. So I can control that I actually have light in the world because of this mod. And that means I don't have to like wait for 20 minutes to get like good light so that I can record a clip. It means that I can do that and save a lot of time. Okay. Yeah, so that's how the Sky UI works at a base level, but... can I fly? Thank you. There is a different aspect to this, which is fog. As you can see, there's a lot of fog in the world, and you can remove this fog using Sky UI by clicking this. The weather settings doesn't work because they are not enabled in the game itself. So if I click fog here, I can turn off the fog, which means I can see what's behind the curtain. I can see the edge of the world. I can see like the weird waterfalls, and yeah, it's not super pretty. But what I tend to want to do when I do this and I turn off the fog is when I want to see the world kind of like you would see on Google satellite images kind of thing. You know, those that actually show the real world kind of thing, not the topographical maps. Then I can do this and yeet myself with a cannon, and I can look at the world as I soar by. And if I have a lot of factories, if I've spent like 500 hours in the world and there's like a lot of factories all over the place, I can then like get a nice overview, especially if I have like the jetpack or something like that that allows me to like hover in place. Like it's very, very nice. Like I'm using flight mode as a build mode, and I'm using it while I'm showing you guys around the world and everything. But yeah. Also, shout out to the cannon that can just yeet me across the world when I want to. Very, very nice. Now, that means we have 3 mods. Sky UI works this way. No new label, just works on its own. Time-lapse cameras is like a buildable thing I have to set down. And you can see like I have a like app data, local factory, game saved, screenshots, windows, no editor, like screenshots folder where they save the time-lapse pictures it takes, and then I can just grab them and put them in and like edit them and make them into an actual like video file and stuff like that. But like those are the 3 mods that we have installed. But I want to also give you 5, count them, 5 recommendations. There are a lot, but I want to give you like, here, your first time using mods, you might not necessarily want to stray too far from the vanilla experience. Just try something out. Let's head into the Satisfactory Mod Manager, and we will find those 5 mods before I die. That's not the plan. See you there. Alright, we are back in the Satisfactory Mod Manager. Let's look at more mods. So we're gonna go to my favorites. And there are a lot of mods that I would say like, hey, this is definitely something you want to test out. That is like close to vanilla but cool, that aren't updated yet. So I'm only going to focus on mods that are updated. I also want to hear your suggestions. If you are using mods and you like mods and stuff, what are your suggestions? Put them down in the comments. And the same thing, if you want mod tutorials for specific mods, I would also need you to tell me which ones those are, so I can actually focus on those. But okay, number 1, I'm gonna ignore Sky UI, I'm gonna ignore like no new labels and like that kind of stuff. I'm gonna look for 5 new ones, not the ones I've shown or like so far. The one first I'm gonna go for is for the builders, structural solutions. It adds so much stuff. We're looking at like 100+ new buildables that can help you create the shapes that you want. You can see here that there's a massive variety, and you can pretty much build whatever your like heart desire with structural, like, okay, sorry, 300+ new buildable objects. So you have some stuff that you can work through with this. That's number 1. Number 2, we're looking at Faster Manual Crafting Redux by Rob. And that is a scalable, you can like configure this in the like main menu in the mods, the like faster manual crafting that just like blitzes through, so you don't have to care about, okay, I have to sit here and handcraft XYZ amount of whatever. You don't have to do that anymore. You can just use this, blitz through the handcrafting. No need to like waste time with it. I do a lot of handcrafting, and if I'm playing in any way, shape, or form a modded playthrough, I have this installed. Like same thing with structural solutions, I have that installed. If I want to like work with visuals and stuff like that. Those are the two first ones. And then let's look at the third one. The third one is actually multiple ones, and that is inventory space. So if I search for inventory, you will see that there are a big number here. So the ones by like Andrew Aquila are like, they just add in the inventory slots just ran for free, like when you start up the game. So when you start a save or like load a save with these mods installed, because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get all these mods like installed in any save you want. If you have blocks, sorry, this is just a little bit of a tangent. If you have blocks that are modded in your save and you load the save without those mods, those blocks will just be deleted from the world. Most saves function regardless, you're just gonna lose the stuff that is modded. So if that is an in-game placeable, like buildable, like belts or like whatever it is, that's gone. With some exceptions. Because they still use vanilla code, so like they just change some stuff. But yeah, you have the inventory 150 slots, then you have 50 slots, which means 200 slots, and then Andrea Aquila has 10 slots here, meaning that you have 210 extra slots just from the get-go using an Aquila Industrial. And the reason why I really want these when I'm playing is because it means that I don't have to yeah, here you see same thing, these unlock with tiers instead. But the reason why I want this is because it's a middle point between having the no build cost advanced settings on and the vanilla way, where I don't necessarily, like, I still have to produce all the material and I still have to go back and like pick stuff up or whatever, but it's way less frequent. And when you get to like late mid game or like early late game, you're building factories that are so big that the dimensional storage, unless you have like I would say at least like 25-30 dimensional uploaders just uploading concrete, you're not gonna get concrete fast enough to be able to build like at any like good pace, because your inventory is gonna be full of concrete, but that's gone in seconds, and so is the like stuff in the dimensional uploader, because your vanilla inventory is so small. So this can fix that without having to bring like massive train lines and like hauling and setting up like massive storage yards where you're going to build your new bases. So this is definitely something that I recommend. And then let's look at number 3. Oh no, that was number 3, sorry. So structural solutions, faster manual crafting, and then all of the inventory mods. Then we are looking at, where are you? Yes, we want to have at least one that actually transforms your vanilla experience and makes it a little bit different. This is really fun to use in the early game. This is like, it's very clearly labeled, this is a cheat. But if you press Alt W with this mod enabled, you will turn into an explorer, as if you were like Optimus Prime or something like that. And you will be able to just drive around the world from the get-go. It is great fun to just be able to go like, oh no, I'm car now. And it still uses, like, it's a vanilla car. It's still not like completely like changing up the game, and it's like a fun thing you can play around with without necessarily changing the actual like factory building mechanics or anything like that. So that's why I really like this as a like recommendation for people who are new to the modding scene. Okay, so number 5, we are looking at Fluid Extras by David H. Gillen. And for those who for some reason like messing around with the liquids and stuff like that and running pipes and stuff, and you want to have some variety and something that fits like logistically and like visually to it better, you have some different junctions, you have different water extractors, and you have different fluid packagers. Generally, just you're gonna have some variety to your fluid stuff without actually changing up the vanilla mechanics in the least. Like, this is really good. So if you are into the whole making things look nice, and you want to work with pipes specifically, and you feel confident enough in your abilities with the fluid dynamics, then this mod is definitely for you. I'm talking to you, Let's Build. So let's see what you can do with this stuff. Now, let's see. I had an actual bonus thing here. I had a thing that I wanted to bring up. So I will see you guys in a second when we talk about that. Here we are. We are at Satisfactory Plus, everyone's favorite mod. It is not updated for Satisfactory 1.0 yet. We have no idea what they will be doing. But if we look here, they have completely revamped the game. So if you feel like you are up for the nitty gritty, now you want a challenge, you finish 1.0 and all that kind of stuff, look out for this one. I say I'm gonna do this because I didn't realize I hadn't done that. This is favorited by me now, and I am gonna keep an eye on this because I might do a playthrough of this once I'm done with the 1.0 vanilla one. And if Satisfactory Plus is updated by then, I will definitely do a playthrough of 1.0 Satisfactory Plus. If you want to see that, like button, subscribe, join the Discord. If you really want to support, then head on over to Patreon or become a YouTube member, and I will definitely do something about that. But as it stands right now, we have some great recommendations here. If you have your own, you've played with mods before and you just watched the video for fun, or see what kind of fun stuff I was up to, then leave your recommendations for a new. Remember this, keep this in mind when you leave your recommendations. Try to be positive, because the mods aren't there to fix something wrong with the game. It is there to alternate your experience with the vanilla one. So it's not because you hate the game or hate a part of the game or whatever it is. If you leave a mod recommendation, do it because it's a fascinating new experience or changes something interesting with the game that can be really nice. So I want to see that in the description. I want to see a lot of interaction on this. We're finally getting mods in 1.0, and this can be really cool. We always know what communities can do with the mods when they are available, and Satisfactory is no exception. So love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video, and I will definitely be keeping an eye on Satisfactory Plus. So have a great one, everyone.